Hey there guys, I'm SonicGhost and welcome back to some more Let's Play Sonic Heroes. Last time we made our way through Rail Canyon and Bullet Station. Here's Team Chaotix, and in this episode, we're making our way through Fog Forest.
Here's your next mission. There are huge frogs in this jungle. Once they start to talk, it will start to rain and you'll be spotted easily. Get through the jungle without being detected by the frogs.
So if you were doing the extra mission for this, pretty much you'd be doing the same thing, just trying to get through the level without being detected by frogs, but now you gotta do it fast, because there's a time limit. So that's what the extra mission would be here, but we're not gonna be doing that because, as always when we come to these time missions, there's no real point. So you really need to avoid the frogs in this level because reasons, like there's no real reason you have to avoid them, outside of that's the mission in the game. It doesn't really make much sense since these guys would actually help you instead of hurt you. So we just need to avoid these things as much as possible. So this is a level you're going to be getting a lot of use out of SBO's invisibility trick. Because you're going to be needing to be invisible a lot of the times, actually doing a lot of platforming here. You don't have to worry about the enemies seeing you, which is good, because if you have to worry about these guys too, then this mission would be very annoying. But right here I want to go ahead, turn myself invisible, grab myself this one up, and get out of there before the frog can see me. He won't be able to see you if you're invisible, but if any of your teammates go over there and just step inside the frog's vision, then he will catch you and you have to restart from the last checkpoint. That's what happens when you play any of these missions where you have to get through the level undetected. If whatever you're trying to avoid detects you, in this case it's the frogs, you have to basically just restart from the checkpoint. You don't start the entire level over, which is good. If you did, that'd be very annoying. But you will have to restart from your last checkpoint because it counts as a death. But that section we just went through, after you get past the 3 loops, I really don't like that section because after you come out of the corkscrew, you're still in an automated state, but they put you in front of 3 frogs. Like seriously, if you want me to avoid these guys, don't put me in the middle of their vision. That is really bad design right there. I mean, you really only have like a split second to react, because if you let your teammates go too far in front of you, they will trigger the frogs. If you don't trigger them, your teammates will, and I really don't like that section of the level. Luckily though, if you make sure you activate your invisibility right away and stop with your teammates, then it should be fine. You can also swap to your flight character and come to a complete halt. Also, this section right here is really annoying too. In fact, I got really lucky there because it looked like Vector just jumped in front of one of the frogs, but nothing happened. But this level is actually one of the greatest times to really use your Team Blast, because when you use Team Blast, enemies don't spot you, and in this case the frogs won't either. So just to make things a lot easier myself, I'll just be using Team Blast whenever I need to in certain circumstances, just like the last one we were in. Gotta deal with this stinking golden turtle. Really don't like dealing with you guys, but let's just get rid of you. I mean, really, these guys are just annoying to deal with. The gold turtles always were annoying to deal with here, just because you gotta flip them over just to kill them. So it takes a little bit more time. They're not as bad as those giant robots with the helmets, so those are probably the worst enemy in the entire game. Now that's one line I always never really got. Why would a bee start to drool over a giant mushroom? Bees don't like the mushrooms, they like the pollen in the mushrooms. What the heck happened there with my characters? Also, you're really not supposed to be up here, as you can see, so you can easily get to the top half. It's just that the game never expects you to go up there, so there's nothing there for Team Chaotix. But yeah, going back on the last comment, why would Charmy drool over a mushroom? Because there's no real pollen in the mushrooms themselves. If anything, if he sees a giant flower, he'll be really excited because that's going to give him all that pollen, and that's what bees really love. It's just a weird comment, but then again, it's just probably because giant plant, and I know what's in a giant plant, so I'm happy. And he's a kid, so he probably doesn't know any better. But we got through that mission, no problem. You have to take your time when it comes to these missions, because these stealth missions don't really aim for speed, so you have to be really careful, but at the same time, having a level 3 speed character really helps in these missions, because you still need to work on your score, which means you still gotta kill a lot of enemies. So make sure you level up your speed character as fast as possible and still go for that high score with these kind of missions.
Here's your next mission. There are Chao in this jungle. You must protect them from ignorance. Find and protect 10 Chao.
But there's more than 10 Chao here in this forest. In fact, there are 20 Chao that you need to rescue altogether if you do the extra mission. So let's go ahead and rescue all the Chao here in Lost Jungle.
Here's your next mission. Find the 20 Chao in this jungle and protect them. Good luck.
So I really don't get the point of trying to protect these Chao from Eggman, because really, what does our client really care about this? Why do we need to save these Chao from Eggman? And why does our client feel like we should get involved in this kind of task? I mean, aren't we supposed to be rescuing him? Because we're on this big old mission to find him. I mean, that's what they said from the very beginning of the cutscene here for Team Chaotix. But we're doing all these weird things, and now we're saving Chao. So I guess this guy's a big Chao lover. He must have played a lot of Sonic Adventure back in the day and just really liked that Chao garden. So much so that now he wants to save the Chao in Sonic Heroes. I mean, that's the only real thing I can really see. But our last mission, we had to avoid these frogs. We couldn't really interact with them. Now it doesn't matter. So because of that, we're now going to be seeing these things a lot more. And now we're back to normal when it comes to how we, well, play through the Lost Jungle area. So right here, just want to be careful. I'm glad I got level 2 flight right away, but it really won't help right here when we got this giant robot. And with both the power characters for Team Rose and Team Chaotix, it takes forever to kill these things because you're not punching, you're just launching your teammates. Otherwise, you're going to be continuously doing your belly flop with one of these guys, and the belly flop with Big's a lot faster than the belly flop with Vector, so I don't like using it as much. But it still takes a long time to kill those big robots when you're just throwing your teammates. They're just really annoying to deal with Team Chaotix and Team Rose in particular. They're already really annoying to deal with in general in this game, but when you have to deal with the fact that you don't punch now, it doesn't really make matters any better. Let's go ahead and get this free flight core over here, get a level 3 flight and get some extra points from it. And let's make our way over to the next section and find ourselves yet another Chao in front of us, but also behind us. This one's really easy to miss. You don't have to fly to get it because actually a platform does appear. In fact, you just saw it there right before I left. The platform will appear there if you don't want to fly. I always just fly to the Chao because really, you can fly and it's really not that high up there, so just go ahead and fly to it. That's my mentality when it comes to that one. So let's go ahead and level up Vector here because both the other two are leveled up already. Come up to this top area and get ourselves yet another Chao. And now let's just go ahead and continue forward. And okay, we got two big guys. I'm not going to deal with this. Let's just go ahead and use our Team Blast. It already took forever before killing the one big enemy with Vector, so I'm not going to bother. They were tougher than they looked. We took them out in one shot there, SBO. I guess they're really tough to you. But if I can get into the stinking flower, come on. Sometimes getting to a flower is really awkward in this game, I swear. And as you can see, we're already at the end section. We kind of skipped a good chunk of the level there where we run through another platforming part, and then there's another flower riding section we go through that takes us to this section. So we skipped that entirely. But this should be the last section we go through because as long as I got all the Chao properly, the last few Chao are all here in this area. In fact, there's one right here in front of us, so I just want to go ahead, take out this big guy, and get the Chao in the cage. Now I want to go ahead and make my way over here where the key is, because there's a Chao hidden behind that mushroom, another one that's very easy to miss. And turning SBO invisible here, get me into this low area right up that flower helicopter thing, whatever you want to call it. And there should be yet another Chao somewhere in this area. So let me just take out the enemies here. There we go. We got a frog right here, which is sitting on top of a spring. In fact, it's actually clipping through his body. I imagine that would be pretty uncomfortable. But there's a Chao right there when you bounce off that fruit. It's really hard to see because the camera doesn't pan up. And then there's another one here. We need this platform to actually get enough height to fly up there. Alternately, you can actually use the belly flop with your power character. And then from there, you can go ahead and fly, which gives you enough height to get the Chao. But if you don't know how to do that, you're going to need to go ahead and use that platform that rises up. But the last two Chao are right here at the very end. Very convenient. If you miss Chao, there is a flower here that will take you back to the very beginning of the level. So you can go ahead and just make your way through the level again and find whatever Chao you missed.
Awesome! Totally awesome!
But now with this mission completed, we have ourselves yet another glorious team battle. I mean, I can't say this with enough sarcasm. This is our last one in the game, so let's go ahead and cherish it.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if I could ask you something.
If it's about a date, it'll have to wait.
Date? You think this is a joke, you little brat?
Now hand over that chow nice and easy.
I bet you're the ones who took chocolate, Chao.
What?
It's not nice to tease my friends.
Yeah, time to rock and roll!
So the cutscene we just saw didn't make that much sense in Team Rose's story because they flat out asked for the Chao and there's no reason why Chaotix would ask for their Chao randomly. But now we know why. It's because they were doing a mission where they had to collect all those Chao back in Lost Jungle. And our client said to save all the Chao, so that's kind of why they just flat out demanded for the Chao, even though it doesn't matter. And what the heck was going on with their team formation there? That just went haywire. They were going between speed, flight, and power really fast for no reason. And then in the end, Big just jumped off the cliff because these team fights have so great AI programmed in it, I swear. These are the best fights in the game, by far. No, I'm not being sarcastic, what are you talking about? But that was our last team fight of the entire game. That's the last time we'll ever have to do any of that stuff, so no more random team battles for us. Next time on Let's Play Sonic Heroes, we're going to be continuing on here with Team Chaotix story heading into Hang Castle. I'll see you guys next time.